Okay, hello everybody. We are here with week number 2 of Age of Rebellion, featuring us, this friend group. My name's Matt, and looking forward to tonight. I'll go ahead and hand it over to Mike. He's going to do a recap of what happened last week, and then we'll just pretty much hop straight in, or do a little recap of how everyone's doing this week, and then we'll get going.
All right, so last week we started off, we had some introduction to our player characters, and we jumped right into the action, pretty much, with our band of rebel scum attempting to
Okay.
their way onto an Imperial station uh, in order to board an Imperial freighter that's part of the Perlemian Hall, which is a mythical convoy of Imperial ships that ferries supplies, prisoners, information, and other various things back and forth along the Perlemian trade route between Coruscant and some of the outer rim worlds of the Star Wars galaxy. They got onto the station, no trouble at all. Sorry, no trouble at all. And
no trouble either.
Yeah, none of that. Then they attempted to locate their contact, a little man by the name of Pask, and found him, and throughout a few conversations and interactions with him, managed to get their way to the governor's estate, one might say, in order to attempt to negotiate something with the governor of Martel Station, which is where they are. They're attempting to gather some more information on what exactly is on the ship that they're trying to get. They don't have all the specifics as to the specific cargo yet, but that's what they're attempting to get out of the governor. And it may or may not have not gone exactly the way they planned, as our good friend Lark is at this time having a kitchen knife held to her throat on the floor.
I don't know what you're talking about. This seems like it went exactly according to plan.
Because she attempted to press a button on the back of our droid Bebo 274, which may or may not have been misinterpreted by our good governor. And that's where we find our good crew.
I didn't know that pushing a button would aggro the creeps.
I mean, that's your fault.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Cool, yeah, so
that's where we are today.
That's where we're at. That's where we're starting. I'm on the floor. Bebo has had his button pushed. So let's go around the table, if you will, and let everyone have a chance to just kind of catch us up on how things are for you. We'll go ahead and start with Ian. How are things for you?
Who?
Sorry, Zabo.
Yeah. So after seeing that, I kind of I'm like mid chicken leg.
Well, we're not in. We're talking about actual Ian Swanson.
Oh, in your actual real life.
How has Ian Swanson's real life been?
That's why I said Ian.
Oh, well, I mean, I built a table today, so
that's cool.
Nice, man.
I played a lot of Darkest Dungeon, which was super fun.
I saw a stream of that today, and that looks like the dankest dungeon game.
It's probably my top game, I guess 2016, since it was released this year.
Well,
so.
I mean, not a whole lot of competition, right? It's January.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
It is a dank dungeon, for sure. Very depressing.
Cool. How about you, Mike?
My week was good. I did working and played some Warframe, which is a fun game. You get to be a space ninja.
Yeah.
And then today was released a game by the name of The Witness. I don't know if any of y'all know what that is, but it's a very interesting puzzle game that involves solving mazes. And it's really fun.
It's a puzzle game about puzzles, you might say?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
There's puzzles involved.
Sweet. Anthony, tell me about your week.
Pushing buttons,
Yeah.
my button pushed, on and off the court,
Nice. Cool. Emily, how you been?
I also did a lot of work this week so far and got very angry at traffic pretty consistently. So I'm living that 9 to 5 life, and it's good to take a break from that for once. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, I have. I'm also in that 9 to 5 life, but I this week have been playing a little bit of Hearthstone, which I know Antoine's gonna get upset at me for mentioning, but pretty fun. I don't know. We might stream some arenas after this. Because it's interesting and fun, and I'm really bad at it. So if you're good at Hearthstone, stick around so I can learn some things from you.
Are you going to
But
stream opening packs too? 'Cause
probably,
that's where that's where all the viewers come from.
yeah, that's what I'll stream. Spending money. No, yeah, I also spent a little time playing my game of 2016, Magic the Gathering, Game of the Year 2016, and
Every year before that.
every year before that. And yeah, I've just been hanging out. So I'm excited to do this tonight. I'm excited to not have a kitchen knife to my throat. So let's go ahead and hop into it, Mike.
Yeah, let's hop into it. So the scene is very similar to what I just set up. The governor, whose name is Varla Prul, is standing over Lark with a kitchen knife in her hand. She had just thrown Lark to the ground after he attempted to press a button on the back of our droid friend Bebo. And that's where we find ourselves now. She has a kitchen knife and is pointing it at you, Lark. So, how do you respond to this?
Well, being that I'm on the ground, my response is simply to put my hands up and just kind of like lay there and hope that she doesn't stab me in the throat. And I kind of like I'm looking to Bebo here. I'm like, all right, I pushed the button. I thought maybe we were just all gonna die when I pushed the button. I don't know, but I trusted him. So, what's it gonna be, guy?
Well, I had started to explain. I'm not sure if the order of events. I'm not sure if this lady reacted to this button press before or after I did. I guess. Did he succeed in pressing my button?
Yes, he did
Okay.
succeed in pressing the button.
Yeah. So I've got a light show going on. I'm gonna shake and shamble and vibrate. I guess I'm a robot.
You should roleplay that for us. Right
All
now.
my lights are.
There it is.
All my lights are going off.
Perfect.
And I'm going to shriek in my robot voice, protocol mode activated.
Okay.
And I suppose I'm standing sort of behind the table here, because I don't need to sit. I'm just a droid behind the people.
That's right, because the governess is very racist against droids, right?
Everyone is, basically.
Whoa.
Well, they just see them as tools more than anything, you know.
Yeah, that's racism.
And I give her a kind of a bow, a grandiose bow, and I lean way over, like only a robot can.
All right,
Straight up.
as he bows, I'm just like, whoa, look, look, he's better at talking than I am. I just realized that I had messed something up. I was just trying. I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm still on the ground, so.
Yeah. She slowly puts the kitchen knife back down.
I
on
stab her in the
table.
throat. I'm
Okay.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Everyone roll for initiative.
I'm playing with you.
So she slowly puts the kitchen knife back down on the table, takes a deep breath, and says, I suppose we can give this one more try. We both maybe have got up on the wrong foot as far as this is concerned.
I say, I got off both my feet, and I kind of like stand back up and go and sit down where I was.
She sits down, and I suppose she looks at Bevo then, since it was kind of directed at him that he's the talker, and asks, what is it that you're wanting?
Well, in my best protocol droid impersonation, I'm going to say, only our mutual benefit, ma'am. Clearly, diverse trade is beneficial to this station. Now it is just a blip. But in the future, it could be the source of all the finest goods from the Outer Rim.
I kind of like piggyback off what he's saying, and I'm like, look, I know that you're on the Perlamian trade route, and that's great. You get a lot of business, but imagine how much more you would get if you were the one getting all these oddities. You were the one being able to finance all these things, because you know there are other people with high-class taste like you who would love to have these things and who would love to be business partners with you.
Yes. Are you proposing a business arrangement of sorts?
Yes.
Yeah.
We need your help to help us
Help you.
access these oddities. You need us to source them through your station. How'd you like to be at the forefront of a cultural revolution?
Ah!
You can tell, like, visibly she likes the sound of that, and starts to loosen up a little bit as far as her body language, and will say, I think that we might be onto something. So is that what you're offering me, or is that what you're asking for?
Well, I think we have to ask for help before we can offer anything. What we're offering is is potential. There is no guarantee. It all comes down to whatever's on these freighters.
Yeah.
So I cannot sit here and make a guarantee to you. None of us can that we're going to be able to make anything happen from this. But if we don't, and we go on to the next station, and that's where we find them, and that is where it happens, you're going to feel very, very sorry.
We came to you first, a woman of distinct taste.
Yeah. Pask already has much of the monopoly on oddities that come through this station.
We're not talking about the oddities that come through here that
Pask
you know
is small
about.
time.
Yes. The ones that lie beyond.
Yeah.
Well, suppose I could look into attempting to reach out to some more Outer Rim worlds and seeing if we can get more convoys coming through.
The convoys, it's not a matter of how many there are. It's a matter of finding the right one. We need to find the oddest fleet we can for these oddities. And that would be the one that we can't find. We can search all the convoys you'd like and not find anything for a long time, when we'd be nothing more than dock hands. But if you find us the right convoy, it's only going to take one try. And if it doesn't work, we'll get out of your hair. We'll leave.
Well, I know of all the convoys that are scheduled to come through here, and none of them are the sort that you're describing.
That's correct based on their shipping logs. But not everything that's on a data pad is in a ship.
True. I get the feeling that there is something very specific that you're looking for. And to be frank with you, I don't want to play any more games. So, why don't
I
you
guess
just...
we have to end the stream then. We're done playing role-playing games. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
No more games. Yeah, she says, why don't you stop wasting my time and get to the point?
Oh, ma'am. Where's Freighter M226?
Direct. See? That's what I prefer. Freighter M226. It still wouldn't be free information. So, beyond credits, is there anything that the four of you can offer to me that might be of some value to me that would be worth me giving up the information for this freighter?
Right of first contact. You get to choose what leaves the station and how.
I already do that.
Not if we have to go behind your back to find this freighter.
Yep. I recognize that the station's nice and quiet and it doesn't have many problems, but quiet doesn't necessarily mean that nothing's going on.
I know that too well.
Is there
I like
something
it.
we could take care of to make this space station a little bit more quiet for you, so that we can get this going, make this trade happen?
Mm-hmm. She thinks about it.
We're not
And-
hitmen, but
Well, if you're not hitmen, then what kind of services were you just suggesting now by taking care of problems that I have on the station?
that depends on what the problem is. Interesting problems require interesting solutions.
And we are very interesting people.
That I can already tell. Most of the problems that we have here involve people. You know? Things don't usually cause much of an issue on their own. People, however, they tend to cause tension and friction where there shouldn't be any.
So let's go lube them up.
She cocks an eyebrow at you.
Because it was a joke, ma'am. Because friction... Look, my family, they have space
Zabo
tags.
like raises his hand. And he's like, "I got the joke."
Thank
Yes.
you, Zabo.
Good for you,
Welcome.
buddy.
I'll give you a little backstory then. On this station, you know, we have a fair amount of traffic that comes in and out, and that requires bodies to load cargo and unload cargo. And most of the time, this is accomplished through a variety of different work gangs that work here on the station, or work, if you could call it that. They live here, and they more often than not try to fight each other for places on the cargo ships for work. And often they just cause issues. They should do what they're told and do the work that they're given and not cause any fuss about it. Wouldn't you agree?
I think we can help you with that.
Like, very
Ivo
well.
has a great background in union relations.
I'm sorry, I got the joke. That's good. I like that.
I'm sure that you do. She looks at your designation. Do you have a designation printed on your chassis, Bebo?
Yes.
Yes. She looks at that and regards you as Bebo-274.
And straight she does.
Specifically, one of the larger troublemakers, he goes by the name of Raf. And
Was that Wrath or Wrath?
Raf, R-A-F.
Riff Raff?
Yes.
He's one heck of a riffraff, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He is quite the troublemaker for a Zabrak, and he leads one of the work gangs here. And if you could speak with him and attempt to convince him that just going along with what he's given and going with the instructions that he's given, then you can return and we can talk about Freighter M236.
I think we can handle that. Is there anything else we should know before we go? Anything we should know about the rules that are in place, the guidelines he's supposed to be following, or the ones that he hasn't? And also,
supposed
do you
to-
want us to go in proclaiming that we are sent from you, or not? I just want to make sure we don't flub up this job.
Do you want me to hit him?
We'll talk about that one later, Sabo.
Hitting
Okay.
him might be required.
Okay,
Oh.
I like that.
If you
Can-
want to speak with him and say that I sent you, and just pass on the message that he should take the work that he's given and cooperate with the Imperial authority structure on the station, then there will be future problems.
And if he doesn't, Then can I hit him?
All right, I might have lied. He is a hitman. We're not, but he is.
And if I hit him, do I have to use my fists?
I would prefer if he was alive at the end of all of this.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Just so you know, he's usually not alone.
I think I can do that.
Tell me more about this. Who's he with?
His workers.
Yeah?
His workers are loyal to him.
Are they all
Or-
Zabrak?
No.
Can I hit them?
She laughs. If necessary, yes.
Okay.
Where can we find them?
She pulls up a data pad and looks through where he's supposed to be at the moment, and takes her a few minutes to look through, and says, "I think that his crew is slated to be working in Dock D."
Okay.
His work gang is known as the Big Black.
Pardon me?
Are you kidding? Is that what they're actually called, Mike?
Yes.
So
Alright.
he's the big black leader.
Yes. That's him.
Understood. And what would you say the big black guys are being?
Oh boy.
They show their loyalty to this particular work gang by getting a black spot tattooed onto their body.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
How big is the spot?
It varies from person to person.
Okay.
Are you looking for a target?
Are they more loyal if they have a bigger spot?
We haven't
that's a
been
good
able
question.
to. We haven't been able to discern any particular pattern to their tattoos.
How big is Raft's spot?
Normal.
Huh?
No bigger than any of the others.
Cryptic.
Okay.
Thank you.
Doc
An
D.
awkward silence
and,
settles over the room.
at Doc D, is there
D-Doc.
is there anything we should know about when they're working, when Raph is going to be there, or when he might be less accompanied?
Raph is usually there throughout the whole day. He likes to oversee the work pretty personally, and
Black stays on the D.
Yeah, yeah. All the big blacks stay on the D, the Doc D.
well done, guys. Well done.
I got the joke.
Yes. As far as when he may or may not be less accompanied, then evening would be my guess.
Okay, and what time is it right now in space time?
Afternoon, space time.
Okay, cool. Is Doc D closed off to public access, or do we need to be investigators or something? Is there a disguise you might recommend?
Usually the loading docks are reserved for work crews
Okay.
and those who are there actually doing work, and those going back and forth between their ships. It's not for meandering.
Do Lambda class shuttles often get docked at Doc D?
Often, yes.
Okay. That's all I needed. I guess we'll go take care of this. Is there a comlink password or something that I need to get so I can like contact her easily in the future?
Yeah, she'll provide you her
Her number.
her combination.
Hey.
Their digits.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, I guess we can take this and we might as well get to work, right? No, don't want to waste your time.
I hope to speak to you soon.
Thank you, and thank you for dinner or lunch or whatever this meal was.
You're welcome.
Oh, I just realized it was afternoon. I thought it was like later. Anyway.
dinner, lunch, you know.
Supper.
All right, so I get up and I go to the door that we came in, and I go ahead and I open the door and I just kind of motion to everyone to let's go. It's time to get to work. And
Yep. Pask stays behind
Okay.
when you guys leave. So.
oh, okay.
Okay.
So as I turn around and because I said I turn around and kind of motion everyone to come out. If Pask isn't getting up, then I'm gonna I'm gonna walk over to him and just thank him with a friendly hug.
Okay.
I plant my tracker in his pocket.
Okay. And the tracker, if I remember right, it just tracks movement, right? It doesn't do any audio recording.
Let me check here.
I don't think it does any audio recording or anything like that.
Can I leave one of my ears in the room or something?
Do you have
Do you have
detachable
ears?
ears?
I mean, I ain't deaf.
But do you
All right.
have detachable ears?
It's a good question.
Ship.
I don't think that what I know of the security class droids would lead me to believe they have detachable ears.
All right, one moment, Mike, while I look up.
Yeah. I'm looking up the tracker right now.
Okay,
so.
it's called Surveillance Tagger.
Yeah.
That's the name of the item. Oh, and as I'm hugging him, I don't just walk up to him, hug him, and put a thing in his pocket. I'm like, oh, Pask, thank you so much for helping us out, for bringing us here and helping us get this business deal started. I'm so excited. And also, these digs are awesome. Thank you. And I'm just gonna,
He nods and says, "It was an interesting dinner."
Are we gonna want to change before we go out on this mission?
Oh hell yeah, these high heels are killing me.
You probably will, yes.
All right.
Surveillance scanner. Tagger. Where is it? This guy's stealth field. I'm not seeing it. Where is it?
I found it. I'll go ahead and put it in Skype.
I don't. Was that one of the ones that wasn't in the main book, maybe?
It was on that list.
Oh no, it is in the main. It's in scanning and surveillance equipment.
I linked it in Skype if you want to just look at it there.
Star Wars. Radio transmitting beacon. Start remote.
Transmits bacon from his pocket.
Mixture of location, range, and direction of travel.
Frosty Reaper in the chat says it's on page 176 in the Edge of Empire book. I'm not sure if that's the same for the Age of the Rebellion book. Thanks, Frosty.
Yeah, thank you, Frosty. There it is. Surveillance tagger. Usually blocked.
Oh, he says it's 191 in Age of the Rebellion book.
Yeah, I just found it.
Attaboy, Frosty. Internet high five.
Thank you, Frosty. I don't think it transmits audio. No,
Okay.
not from what I'm seeing.
Just a location?
Yeah.
That's fine. That's all I really wanted it for, but I didn't know if I got anything extra.
So, yeah, you'll be able to pretty much find at least this tracker
Okay.
whenever you want. Ah,
Sounds
he
good.
doesn't change out of his clothes.
Okay.
But yeah. So
Is my tracker machine washable? Maybe not. maybe I just accidentally threw away my surveillance tagger.
I think the future's pretty cool, right? Maybe we've figured out how to make electronics machine washable by now.
Sweet. All right, I'm totally in. Why aren't we doing that? That should be a real
Electronics
thing.
machine washable.
Yeah, that should be a thing.
That's where science should lead us.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, continue on.
Yeah, you guys, you can leave the central command station if you wish. So that's where the dining hall was that you guys were for meeting with the governor. In addition to that, in the central command structure, there's the command room where most of communication traffic is going to be going in and out of the station. They organize and speak with the foremen of the different loading bays and other things like that. And there's computer systems that keep a record of all imports, exports, and ships that come in and out of the station.
Okay.
Just in case you guys want to do any computer shenanigans while you're here.
I love to shenanigan on a computer. Do any of us have like computer shenanigans, or is
I
that
think that's
is that under
okay.
skullduggery?
That is a separate skill that's not skullduggery.
Okay.
Okay. I think I have one computer skill.
You have one in computers, yes.
Yes.
I
One
like that
computer.
stuff.
Nice. I have 0 computer. I just put my only computer into Pask's pocket.
I am a computer, so
Beep
does
boop.
that help me at all?
True.
No, it's just very coercive.
Yeah,
Okay, well.
yeah.
Where skullduggery might come into play, I think we could work it so that you could use skullduggery to attempt to gain access to some information as well.
Okay.
It would just, I think,
I'd have to convince the computer.
yeah,
Okay.
doing some sneaking and stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Cool. Well, let's go ahead and what do you say, guys? How about we head back to the Lambda class shuttle? We take a quick lap around of the space station and repark in Dock D.
Don't
Why not?
What's
don't
that?
we have to get our equipment from Pask's shop?
Oh, yeah, we did leave our equipment there. Yeah, good idea.
that shouldn't be too much of a problem. You guys know the way, so you can
Okay.
swing by there on the way back to the ship if you want.
Sure, we do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I take the dress.
Yeah, you guys
leave-
can
yeah,
take those if
I
you
totally
want.
I leave
Good.
the heels, but I
Alright.
take the dress.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a good plan.
Come on.
So, just to, as you guys are walking back, you know, as I kind of pictured before, the station is circular. It's most of the shops and different merchants are along the inner rim of the station, and Pask's is often one of the corners of the station. And as you work your way back there, then you're working your way through a decent crowd, probably like average day at the mall size crowd you would picture, and you can find your way back there without much of a problem.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, we go back there. Is there anything different about Pask's shop when we walk in, or is it just like everything's where it was? And
Yeah, everything's where it was.
okay, cool. Grab the stuff. Start heading back.
Yep. So, unless you guys want to do anything on your way back to the ship, then we can just jump right to the ship.
I'm good.
I'm good.
So you guys get back on the Lambda class shuttle. The loading door comes down, and you guys can walk on board.
I untape my rifle from underneath whatever cabinet I had it taped to, so it was hidden.
Sure.
And kind of like sling it over my shoulder again.
Okay. After you guys get dressed into all your normal gear and stuff.
Mhm.
Or did you do that back at Pask's shop?
No, I did that. Well, my gun was.
Yeah.
I obviously had my blaster with me at Pask's, and I
Yeah.
grabbed that, but I left my gun in the ship. Remember,
Okay.
because I wasn't sure if.
Mhm.
You know, that was cool.
So when you guys get back on the ship, and we can just say that you're all in your regular gear now if you want, and the indicator on the communications terminal is flashing with a notification that you received a message.
Woohoo.
Push button.
Who pushed button?
I push button.
Push the button. Yeah. Are you all there to? for this?
I'm in the ship. I don't know
Yeah.
how big a Lambda class shuttle like realistically is on the inside. I don't imagine it's very huge.
Yeah.
So
It's not. So the transmission is from. It's a text, and it's from the Rebel command. It's encrypted, and so you guys use your encryption key that you guys have for Rebel communications and can get that open without any problem. And it's just a notification saying, FYI, Rebel agent missing in your sector. Keep an eye out.
does it have like a name?
Yes, it does. Give me just 1 second.
And is this one we got from like command?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if this
Yes.
was like a wanted ad. Because
Is there a
we are in an
picture?
Imperial space, correct?
You are in Imperial
Okay.
space. Yes.
Mhm.
Where is his?
Is there like a picture, like a headshot of the person, like the agent, or?
Yes, I'm just looking for his name real quick.
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to Frosty Reaper in the chat who just gave me a Lambda class shuttle diagram. It's in the chat if you guys want to check
Good
it out.
going.
Thanks, man. This is awesome. Wow, that actually is a lot more roomy than I thought it was.
Okay.
I'm in
Whoa.
C6. I got my feet up on seat 4, so sorry you can't sit there.
So the guy's name is Raven Zal. That's RAVINZAEL.
That's who sent us the message, or that's the guy who's missing?
That's the guy who's missing.
Okay.
And the information that's accompanied is he was a rebel quartermaster, and he was on mission in this sector, and we've lost communication.
When did they lose communication?
Approximately 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay.
And what does he look like?
He's average height, got dirty blonde hair, and wearing a typical rebel garb, just maybe a leather jacket, nothing too flashy. But
Was he undercover then?
no, he wasn't undercover. He was resupplying some rebel outposts.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything else in the message that would help us? Like, did he pass through this station, or was he just in the area? I don't know how big the area is that they would send out like an Amber Alert for a rebel agent. So.
If we go to your map, should be able to draw a little box that would probably cover.
Yeah.
Oops.
I'm on the map.
Yes.
Draw shape. Probably.
You should pick out a color other than black. There you go.
About that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's about the size of it.
Yeah, that's probably about the general sector area that they would consider sending out alerts for.
Sure.
He was somewhere in that area was his general mission area, and they know that he just lost communication, and they don't know why, and they're asking you to perhaps keep your ear to the ground, see if you can learn anything.
Okay. Cool. Will do. I guess who's the pilot? I guess Emily Eos and Bebo can pilot, correct?
I believe
so.
Yeah.
I think I might have a piloting skill.
Okay.
Points in the skill.
Yeah.
So I go ahead and hop on comms, in the ship, like the ship's comms.
Sure.
And I give our designation, whatever our Lambda class designation is that we gave, that was our secret one. Like the one that our decoy one to get into the station. And I say, whatever our shuttle is, let's say shuttle B3E B0, requesting permission to relocate to Dock D.
Permission granted.
Okay.
No problems.
Cool.
And before we continue, I know you reminded me of this before we started, Matt, but we're gonna roll Destiny
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
because I forgot to do that again.
Attaboy. I think,
So again, that's in your character sheet. That's the white dice in the center of your little dice pool area.
can you remind us how we roll this?
So you put that to 1, and make sure all of your other dice are 0, and then put the little roll button.
Okay. What?
Nice.
Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 light side. So one of the things that I was able to mess around with between last time and this time is adding a little Destiny points tracker
Okay.
API for us.
Cool.
And so you guys should be able to, in the little bottom left, there should be a few buttons that you see. I think you guys should see use Dark Destiny and use Light Destiny.
Where is this?
Should be bottom left of your Roll20
Okay.
window.
And by the way, Mike, you might want to reset your gain on your microphone to be a little lower.
Okay.
Bottom left of Roll20?
Should be underneath your name badges.
Oh, yeah. I'm like looking at the map. I'm like zoomed way out. Some kind of fool.
Is that better?
No, actually, it might be Emily's mic.
Because I hear a
Oh, is it?
or something.
Yeah, can you try muting your mic for a second?
Yep, give me just a minute.
Oh, it's definitely yours. You're gonna want to, if you in Skype, there should be a setting that says like automatically adjust your Skype volume levels, and you're gonna want to unclick that.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you don't talk, then it'll keep raising its volume to try to find you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on my microphone?
Yeah, and if you want, we can handle it during the break. We're gonna break here in a couple minutes.
Sure.
Okay.
I do not see the tracker you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't think I see it either.
Let me make sure that it's visible for everyone. Visible to all players. Yes. So go to the settings wheel
Okay.
in your Roll20 and
Oh,
make sure that show
Bar.
macro bar is clicked,
sure.
and then you should see it.
Okay, so which one do we want to do? Use Dark Destiny, use Light Destiny, and Destiny status?
You guys don't need to use any of those at the moment, but I'm just letting you know that's where those are.
It's
And-
a toggle to have it in the bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
There should be a checkbox
Oh,
to
I see.
show the quick macro bar.
Okay.
So
We're all clicking it.
What's it supposed to look like now?
Underneath the name
Underneath-
badges,
yeah.
there should be a little thing that says Destiny status.
Yeah.
If you click it, oh, well,
That is, if you went to the settings wheel and checked show macro quick bar,
I did that.
okay, so you should see those underneath your nameplates.
I do not.
okay, we can
Yeah,
handle
I-
this when we go to a break. It's not a huge
Yeah.
deal,
Okay.
or after the show. But let's go ahead and continue onward for a couple more minutes, and then we'll take a break.
Okay.
Okay, so we are in the ship, and we are relocating to Dock D. Is there is there any sort of check I can do when we relocate to Dock D to maybe get a picture of like a good place to camp out, a good place to wait, or any sort of tactical advantage? I have knowledge of warfare.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me go pull up your sheet here. If you want to make a knowledge warfare check, I set your dice pool for you. And what that'll do is we can keep track, and if you're looking for like a combat advantage or something,
Yeah, something to at least a tactical advantage.
sure.
Doesn't necessarily have to be a combat advantage, but some tactical advantage or some extra information about a tactical advantage.
Yeah.
I'm really
So-
taking in the setting with a tactical mindset.
I'm gonna take the high ground.
Knowledge warfare and rank 1 in that. Okay. Yeah, so you can roll your knowledge warfare, and what we'll do for that is if you succeed,
Mhm.
then you can get a boost dice on relevant skill checks in this loading bay.
Cool.
So if combat breaks out here, then you can use that boost dice for at least the first few rounds.
Sure.
If you're trying to sneak or do anything stealthy in here, then you can also get a boost dice.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Oh wait, I had to.
I thought I reset your force dice pool because I put it at 0.
Mine's at 0 too. Do I have to hit the refresh button?
No, you shouldn't need to. You should just be able to press 0 and then click off of it. We'll just ignore that. So, not an advantage, but also failure. So, you're not going to quite get a boost dice
Sure.
on your skill checks because you didn't succeed.
Okay.
But
Can I at least get some sort of extra setting information?
so you can pretty much determine that there's a lot of movement that goes around here.
Sure.
There's forklifts going back and forth, people carrying boxes and stuff, and there's just a whole lot of activity. And you can figure that if you can try to blend in with the activity, then it'll be a lot harder for people to notice or spot you.
Okay. Is there any security personnel there?
Not on. Let's see. There's probably a couple,
Okay.
but it's not a whole lot of them.
Okay.
They're most likely towards the entrance to the rest of the station from the loading dock.
Okay. Understood.
So yeah.
Cool. I once I get to Dock D, I again get on comms and give our designation and ask for permission to dock. Are there any other ships docked there currently?
Yes.
Can you describe the ships to me?
There's a few other basic shuttlecraft. And there's probably a couple other Lambda class shuttles as well. It's a pretty common spacecraft. Some smaller cargo skiffs.
How many Lambda class shuttles are there?
Probably like 2 or 3 others.
I park between 2 of them.
Okay.
Or
That's fine.
I ask someone else to park between 2.
Okay. So you want to have the 3 Lambda class shuttles like right next to each other?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Blending in.
There's probably also a few cargo skiffs, which are pretty much just smaller craft designed to ferry cargo between the station and larger vessels that dock outside the station that aren't small enough to actually dock inside.
Okay.
And like I said, a whole bunch of activity going on.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, let's go ahead and take a quick break there. We will be back in about 5 minutes.